like to go barefoot, but it is too chilly for that. Last few days of the tulip tree blooms. I bought a used Canon 80D body. So here's how the 80D fixed what I needed. You know, this is handheld. I'm kind of holding it vlog style, and I have long arms, but this is with a 24-105 lens. Canon. It is a image stabilized lens. The first proper camera that I got for shooting some video, producing a few things for YouTube and social media and vlogging was a Canon 70D. I still have it. I bought the body brand new, bought the lens separately, didn't do the kit. And it's been a really good camera, and I've taken very good care of it. I mean, it's practically a brand new camera, but it was lacking in a few areas. Al, the cat, likes to sit by the window and the door and stalk anything that's outside, including birds, and in this case, a lizard.
Taken the additional measure of stopping cars with any out-of-state license tag to collect.
It's scary and a little depressing. There's no way around it. I had some proper cameras for the video production work that I do. As you know, if you've watched the channel here, a Canon C100 that we use for interviews, and a GH5 for, you know, shooting 4K stuff and 10-bit stuff in some more challenging situations where two different cameras we can shoot log with, one we can shoot slow-mo. And I added the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera sort of as a set situation interview, maybe second, third interview camera. Also great dynamic range for anything production where we're not going to be running gunning. We can set it up like we want to. But all of those come with a basic lack of ease of use for a vlogging purpose on the go. Needing to hit record, close it up, move. Hit record, close it up, move. You know, those vlogging quick type situations, even in some documentary type situations. You know, the GH5, I have the GH5 all rigged out for production stuff. I don't want to take the monitor off. I don't want to take the cage off. And the C100, it is what it is. You know, they talk about it being kind of a small camera, and it is if you take everything off of it, maybe just the handle. But to use the XLR audio inputs for a shotgun mic, I'm actually shooting on it right now, and it's just, you know, it's not a run and gun vlog camera. You know what, here's the truth, the GoPro is fine. Does a great job in most vlogging situations. Nice fish, actually. And man, did he ever more swallow that. Look at that. Pretty healthy fish there. But the thing that keeps popping up about the GoPro every now and then is you just don't quite get the audio quality that you want. Watching yesterday's vlog, and I had a couple of shots of birds in here and figured out what that is. See his little striped head right there? It is a white-crowned sparrow. I love identifying these birds. Canon dual pixel autofocus, the best, hands down. Others try to compare, they don't. That's my opinion. What Canon DSLR am I going to move to? Because I don't want to lose that dual pixel autofocus. And I moved to the 80D. There's definitely an ease of use factor with these cameras and with this 80D as compared to some of the others. And when you're vlogging, you think about it, you don't want it to be intrusive. You don't want the camera and having to operate it to interrupt anything else you're doing. You want to be able to flip it on, one click, go, get what you want. You can trust it. And the autofocus on really any of these Canon DSLRs, so 80D the same way, the autofocus is so reliable. And in my opinion, if you're going to do some on-camera stuff and really just, you know, kind of point and shoot vlogging, it has to be reliable every time, and Canon is the one that is reliable every time. The 70D and the 80D are the same, except for just a couple of tweaks that make the 80D, to me, the perfect vlogging camera without making a huge step up in features and therefore a huge step up in price. It fixed what I needed in that I keep the dual pixel autofocus for all situations, but I add another, they tell me another couple of stops of dynamic range. What is it, like from 11 to around 13 from the 70D to the 80D respectively. And is that a huge deal? No. And in most situations, not a big deal. But in those few situations, I can have confidence that for me, the way I like to shoot is expose it to the left and protect those highlights, and I'm gonna be okay in post. Shoot all the great HD 24p video you want, and then flip it over in that custom mode and shoot 60p to have some slow motion when and if you want it. It'll slow down your shakiness and take some of that out of your shots if you need it to. It'll give you some good looking slow motion. Obviously most people shoot on manual mode, and you know, on the 70D you had to switch your settings internally, but with this you've got two custom menus, C1 and C2. And so for me, if I want to, I've got set, you know, shooting HD with the cine style, all the settings I want on C1 at 24p. Right now it's on C1. You can see here I got it at shutter speed at 50 because it's double the frame rate of 24p. And when I want to switch and get a quick 60p shot in case of slow motion, I just switch it over to C2. So as soon as I switch it over to C2, now you can see it jumps into 60 frames per second. I'm shooting at, you know, double the shutter speed right there as well. So it's an easy way for me to switch from 24p up to 60p without having to go into the settings. One, the ease of use. It's just like my 70D, and I add in another custom menu, and I just one flick of the dial and I'm from 24p to 60p. Easy to use, no trouble. The Canon stabilized lenses with the Canon DSLR work really well. Okay, so this is at 105 focal length, handheld, trying to hold it still on the lamp post there. See, pretty shaky. That's without stabilization, and that's with image stabilization turned on. And I can just see a massive difference, especially at 105. While I'm getting quality 24p and 60p video, with the codec and the bit rate, it's small file sizes. I can take a 128 gig card, put it in a camera, and shoot for days without worrying about filling it up. Another thing is the 80D works really well with the battery grip that I already owned that fits the 70D. It's a cheaper version, the knockoff, the newer version of the Canon battery grip, but it looks great and it fits the 80D. It's another reason that it worked for me. I had mentioned this, but you can shoot raw photos, obviously, with the Canon DSLRs. They look great. Edit your timeline in HD, upscale it on export to 4K, and then you're uploading 4K video to YouTube or wherever, and it's gonna look great. This really is a great budget way to, I think, have everything you need in a vlogging camera. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.